Okay, so today we're going over checking your forks for serviceability, and here I have a Cascade fork checking gauge, or they call it fork wear caliper. The part number is 7004851, and it's made by Cascade. And this tool actually does a few things. First of all, your heel here can't be worn more than 10% of the thickness of your upright part of the fork here. Now you can use these calipers. The first mark here is what you're going to measure the back part with here, like so. And once you've got that, the inner teeth here are 10% of that respectively. So you're going to come down and put that across your forks. Now if that'll fit over that, your forks are worn past serviceability and they need to be replaced. This one does not fit on there, so they're still good. Pretty simple really when you have these. Now this is for forks up to 4 inches thick, and pretty much your standard fork. It's not for lumber forks or specialty attachment forks like on a single double or anything of that sort. Just standard regular forks that hang up here. And the other thing this can be used for, if you flip this around like so, you can lay this against, switch hands here, the back here, like so, and on the bottom. And then when you pick it up on this side here, it's really hard to see in this light. I think you can't really see it, maybe a hair there, but there is a 90 degree, a 93 degree, and an 87 degree mark there. 3 degrees variance either way with the line that's on this part of the caliper. That's going to be able to tell you if your forks are bent down or bent up. Without eyeballing it, it really gives you a good reading. Sometimes they may look a little bent, but it's optical, kind of an illusion. So you check them to make sure with that. Very effective. It'll sell some forks, get you some forks if they're worn out. Now this is a class 2 carriage, 5,000 pound truck. The next thing is on this end here. This is for class 1 and 2, as you can barely see there in the light. The other side is for class 3, where you at. You put this in the grooves up here on your carriage, and it's basically the shape of the top of your carriage where your fork hanger is. Now if you're resting that on the bottom of the channel in the back and there's a gap up here, say it only went down to there, that tells you that this is worn out here and needs to be replaced. This one's good, it touches both places, and you want to check that in a few spots. You know, your forks may be regularly in one spot more than the other. Sometimes you don't move them at all, so you need to move your fork over where it's constantly riding and banging around, and check it out. This one tests good. Class 3, you would use the other side. Obviously your fork hanger is a different spec, so you want to run that. And that's pretty much it for this. It's 3-4 uses you can run, and really a helpful tool. Again, this is made by Cascade. You can get it from anybody you can get Cascade parts from, either Cascade directly or probably any of your aftermarket sources that you might use at your dealership. If you're a operator or a warehouse person, get in touch with your local forklift rep, or you might be able to go online and buy something like this from Cascade. Or Cascade isn't the only attachment manufacturer, so there's probably other brands out there. I've just come to know Cascade because we work with them pretty closely in my line of work. Length, after a while, these forks are in really good shape here, and so there's really nothing else to check out here. But sometimes if you look at them from the back this way, they can angle in if they've been hit, or out. So sometimes you can measure the gap between the inners of each fork in a couple spots and see if that's affected. Usually if they're twisted in that aspect, you'll notice it trying to pull into a pallet, or you'll notice it standing like this and just eyeballing it. But anyway, that's a quick crash course in checking the dimensions of your fork. Make sure they're serviceable. It is very important. After all, chain's only as strong as its weakest link, and if your load's setting on your forks, it doesn't matter how big of a forklift you have. If they're not going to support your load, then you're in trouble. that can also become a safety hazard. And you know, if OSHA or Cal OSHA or any safety entities or government agencies, things like that, came and check you out, you'd probably get marked for that if they knew what they were looking for. So anyway, keep coming back to us. We'll have more videos to offer as I can get them made and uploaded, and hopefully they're beneficial to you. Thank you very much.